This conference will now be recorded.
In last meeting, we discussed about container concept, right? Container and the date functions. In container, we have seen about different types of functions which is available in the container, and also we have seen about the date functions all. So now we are discussing about methods. Okay, coming to the methods concept. Basically, up to right now, whatever the coding we have learned, all these things we have seen in jobs. I mean, whatever the coding we have written, all the things we have written in job level, right? Job, already I told you, when we are creating jobs initially, I told something about job. Job is a self-executable block. Why we are using jobs? In the sense, just for temporary purpose. Suppose if you want to do any practice, or if you want to test something, okay, if you want to execute the business logic, whether it is correctly working or not, for this purpose we are creating jobs and we are executing our program instantly. Jobs we cannot call anywhere. Whatever the code we are writing inside the job, that cannot be called at outside. Okay, I mean, job is perfectly called as a self-executable block. For example, if I want to call this job from any front-end application, that is not possible. So what we need to do, in real time, jobs only useful for testing purpose. If you want to execute some instant coding, one-time process, for this kind of purpose, we are using jobs. Normally, we will write code in three areas. First one is forms, second one is tables, third one is classes. We have three objects mainly which we will write code in jobs, I mean in forms, in tables, in classes. These are the three main areas we will write code, whether it may be X++, whether it may be SQL code. Okay, these are the three main objects we have. We will implement our business logic here. The business logic in the sense like validations, any data related things, any calculations, transaction related things, everything we will write under forms, tables, classes. These are the three main objects. So okay, fine. Coming to the forms, where we will write the code. If you expand the
Your voice is
form,
not coming clearly, Ajay.
Okay, let us take any form. Let me take EMP table form. Okay, see here. Below there is a methods node.
Ajay, there is...
Tell me.
Your voice is not coming clearly.
Guys, for other people also the same thing, or only for Jitendra?
It's clear for me.
It is clear for me as well.
Sorry guys.
Your words
Harsha,
clear for me.
my voice is clear or not?
No, it is clear for me. It is clear.
Raju?
Yeah, Arjun, it is clear, Arjun.
Okay, let me check at my end. Please continue.
This
But I think
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. If you see here in this EMP table form, there is a methods node. In this methods node, if you right click, if you go to the override method, these are all predefined methods. In these methods, we will implement our business logic. Sometimes we will create new methods also, that I will describe you. I will explain you what is override method and what is new method, that I will explain you. But Meanwhile, just understand here where we are going to implement our business logic in form level. If you go to the methods, here there are several methods. We can see every method having their own functionality, execution time, process time. Okay, it depends on the requirement. We need to choose the method. Suppose I just want to implement some business logic. Here there are a lot of methods we are seeing. When our business logic has to execute, according to that we need to choose the method. Okay, for example, when I'm closing a form, I just want to do something, there is a close method is there, like that. So according to our business logic, according to our time of execution, that for that purpose we have several methods are there. We need to choose correct method and we need to write the code. Business logic already we know, but where we need to write that. So situation depends on situation, we need to choose the method. Okay, and if you expand the data sources, here also there is a methods. Here also you can find override and new method. These are all predefined methods. Suppose if you expand the fields in data source level, there is a fields, every field having their own methods. See, all these methods are belongs to address field. All these methods are belongs to date of birth. All these methods are belongs to name column. If you want to implement some business logic for a name, here these methods will help you. Okay, and if you come to the design, every control like action pane, these are all action pane methods. These are all quick filter methods. These are all tab methods. These are all tab page methods. These are all grid control methods. Like every control having their own methods node in design level. So totally, if you see in form level, there are 4 places. One is form level. I'm writing here. Form level. Second one, data source level. Third one, data source field level. And fourth one, design level. These are the 4 places which is there in the form level methods, data source methods, data source field methods, design level methods. Okay, when it comes to the table, let me open any table. In table only we have one methods node is there. See here, only one methods node. But in form level we have 4 sections. In class also we have one section. Only in form level there are 4 places we can implement our business logic, but 4 places are different aspects. Okay, here when it comes to the form level, this is purely like a form layout related. If you want to implement some business logic for form layout, for example, when the form is opening, when the form is closing, when the form is resizing, when the form is moving, something like form related. Okay, in these methods we will not think about the data, only the form layout, form user interface, form something like form resizing, okay, form expanding, something like all these things related to form level. Here data will not come into the picture. Here we cannot write anything which is related to data. When it comes to the data source level, here data related, I mean record related. For example, when I'm creating a record, when I'm deleting a record, when I'm updating a record, when I'm saving a record, when I'm selecting a record. Okay, so all these things which is related to data in the data source level. When it comes to the data source field level, again we are moving to the particularly field level. For example, when I am modifying a value in a certain column, then if you want to execute something, there is a data source field level specifically for a field. There are several fields we have, right? Like age, date of birth, address, phone number, employee name, employee type, gender. There are so many fields. I just want to implement some business logic for a particular column, like validation or something like. In data source field level methods will help you. And when it comes to the design level is completely related to controls like a grid control, tab control, action pane, button control, like a control level. When I'm clicking on button control, what I need to execute, when I'm selecting some like a grid control, okay, like button control or something like which is related to action pane related, tab control related, tab page related. All these things we can implement in design level. That's what we have 4 places: form level, record level, I mean data level, data source field level, and controls level methods. Okay, and here let me explain you something. There is a word called override. This word belongs to OOPS concept. Override in the sense, I'm planning to implement something. Okay, before implement, see, okay, let me explain you like this. Override in the sense, okay, I'm opening a form. Let us assume like this. I'm opening a form. When I'm opening a form, I just want to show a message, good morning. Okay, every time when the form get opens, user will see the message like good morning. Okay, where I need to write the code, that good morning message or welcome message, whatever it is. Here, when the form is opening, system will call some methods. We have some certain methods will be there. We need to find out that methods and we need to write our business logic there in the methods. Those are all override methods. When the form is opening, system will call some override methods. Some methods. We need to find out that method and we need to override that method with our code. I mean, we are adding our piece of code in existing method, right? That means we are overriding the existing functionality. What is the existing functionality here? When I'm opening a form, system will call some X method. So I know that system is calling X method. So I will directly open that X method and I will implement my code. So you're overriding X method functionality. Even if you're not writing your business logic in X method, system will do their own work. What is the own work? Form get opens. You are finding that method and you are implementing your business logic. That means you are overriding the existing method. So that is called override. Okay. Here, every functionality, every movement, whatever you are doing, system will call few methods. First, we need to understand which method will call at which point of time. That is very important aspect here. Business logic already we know. We already learned about container concepts, date functions, like control statements and SQL statements and database related operations, DML operations, everything we learned. But now this is the time to implement our knowledge in actual place. That is called methods. Okay. Now comes to the form level. First, we are discussing about form level methods. Now, let me go to the override methods. Okay. Like, let me open init method. Okay. Let me open init method. See, this is your init method syntax. There are some rules and regulations are there before overriding the methods. I mean, before writing code in override methods. Here, some syntax is giving summary. Here you need to write the description why we are using this method, why we have taken this method, and you need to write some 1 line or 2 lines description and who are writing. So you need to mention your name even here, so that in future it will be useful for reference purpose. Suppose you are implementing this code for some certain purpose, write down that purpose here in the summary, so that everybody can understand. Okay, no need to verify the business logic, just they will see your description. Okay, somebody has written this piece of code for some purpose. That is what summary. Okay, that is called best practice. Every time you are overriding a method, you need to write your summary here. Okay, and coming to the syntax, this is your init method syntax. And two things you need to remember here. This is your access modifier prototype. Okay, and this is your return type. Void is the return type. Void means nothing to be written. So this method cannot return anything. That I will explain you what is return type and what exactly this return type concept and all. Okay, we will explain, we will see. Okay, and init is the method name. And here two things you need to remember, this one, and void and init. I mean, return type and method name you should not alter, you should not modify. Okay, you should not modify. And this is super constructor. This will call the original functionality of this method. What is the original functionality? Initiating the form. This method is used to, I mean, this method will execute when the form is getting opening. Okay, when the form is getting opening. If you comment this super, form will not open. Just try it if you want. Just comment the super and try to save and try to execute the form. Form will not open because you are disconnecting the line. So system unable to call the kernel level code, so that this form cannot open in the user interface. And coming to the syntax, let me explain you the syntax if anyone doesn't know. If you know the OOPS concept, it's fine, but let me explain you here. It is prototype, like access modifier, like public, private, protected. We have also 3 access modifiers up there here. Most of the access modifiers should be public here. Okay, and the wide is the return type. Return type in the sense, okay, let me write some example for return type. Everybody knows about return type, or I need to explain? Just tell me. If anybody doesn't know, tell me, I'll explain.
Can you explain? Hello?
There is a distortion in voice again. Anybody else's experience apart?
Can you explain it?
I didn't understand.
Asking you can explain.
Okay, fine, no issues. Okay, let me explain you here. Public, I'm planning to make grape juice. Got my point? I'm planning to make grape juice. This is syntax. So if I'm mentioning public, I'm making this grape juice in my home so that everybody can access. Everybody can access this juice, and this return type. After making, the output format is liquid, right? The output format will be liquid. So this is your name of the content. Name of the content. Suppose if you try to change liquid, is it correct? If you are making grape juice, what will be the final format? Liquid, am I right? And you are making grape juice and giving some other name like mango juice, is it correct? So that is the reason I'm telling you, don't change the return type, don't change the method name. Okay, and if you are making some cake is different. Public and some what exactly the format? Liquid, gas state, and solid, something like that, right? Okay, like a solid and cake. So you know, you are making something, you know the final output, right? You know the final output, so that you need to define that return type. You are calculating salary of a particular employee. Public real salary calculation, so that you already know that you will get the output in the real format. And what is your purpose? I mean, you are doing salary calculation, right? So that you are giving some name and the final format is real. So this is called method syntax. If anyone having doubts, please ask me here, then I'll tell you.
For example, if it is string, we should write public string and the method name.
str.
Yeah, public string str. Int means public. Yeah, public.
int.
Yeah, public.
We are defining like data types, right? int, str, real, boolean, like
What about any type?
like any type, something like.
Yeah.
And wide also there. Wide means nothing to be written. Okay, nothing to be written.
Okay.
Wide means nothing to be written. So system, we are not expecting anything, just we are doing something, that's it. In some cases, for example, I just want to show a message. In that message, I will place my own content. I don't know what I will place. At that time, what you will mention the return type. So wide is the return type. So you are not expecting any particular format. Okay, I will return welcome message, I will return age, I will return my date of birth. I don't know what I will return. Then I will return multiple values, multiple things. At the time, you just need to write void. Void means nothing to be written. The meaning of void is nothing to be written. Suppose if you are finding the return type there, str, that means particularly that method output would be real or string or date, something like that. If you are seeing the return type date, so your final format, final output format would be date. Suppose if you are seeing boolean, suppose I'm asking a question, are you coming to the class? What is your answer?
Yes, I'm coming to the class.
Yes or no. Only two answers will be there, right? But
Yeah.
otherwise you cannot tell big story, right?
Yeah, no.
I'm asking a question whether you are coming to class. Are you coming to the class? My question. Okay, you will say yes or no. Then the return type would be boolean.
Yeah, public Boolean class. Yeah,
Public
method name.
boolean, like a question, whatever your method name. So that finally we have to return true or return false, like that. The final output would be in the form of return true, return false. In that way, you need to understand the method concept here. If you are seeing the return type void, okay, no need to return anything. You can write any piece of code in that method. Suppose especially if you are seeing real, okay, finally we have to return real value. We need to write like that. For example, here, like real A, real B, okay, like real, like total, okay. Just a second. Total, okay. What I will do here, A equal to 2.3, B equal to 1.2, 1.2, okay. Total equal to A plus B, and finally return total. This is correct. We will catch this total value somewhere else. When I'm accessing this salary calculation method, when I'm writing a method salary calculation, this method somewhere else I will call, right? In that place, I will catch the total value. Here I'm returning, somewhere else I need to catch. If I'm throwing here from, if I'm throwing somewhere else, I need to catch the value, right?
Yeah.
That may be in different case. That may be a different case. But we are returning the value. Okay, when I required, I need to catch that value. I need to use it. But this is exact code. Finally, you need to write this one because your return type is real. So you need to return real, like variable, real variable. So that's what I have declared the total as a real variable, real data type. Okay, so this is what the code. Finally, we have to write return is a keyword in our X++. Return is a keyword. We need to write return, and the total already we have declared here. Already we are calculating the sum of A plus A and B, and we are returning. And somewhere else I need to catch the total variable value. Okay, suppose if you are writing void, okay, the same piece of code I will write like this. Okay, public
Return.
void salary calculation. Just understand the difference. Okay, just understand the difference. And here simply info.
Mhm.
That's all. I'm not returning. No need to write a return here. In that code, in this code only, I'm showing the value. But here, I'm not showing the value. Just I have implemented some piece of code, and I will use this. I will use this business logic somewhere else. Above this one. I will use this business logic somewhere else. But this one, instantly I'm writing code and I'm calculating the value and I'm showing directly here itself, because here I can show the value, but here I cannot show the value. Here I cannot show the value directly because I have written real. This one I need to call somewhere else. But this one I am writing void so that I can directly write info and I can show the value. Okay, let's implement. We'll see. That is about return type. See, return type in the sense this is the best example for you guys. Okay, here you are making a grape juice. This is the name of your work, and what exactly you are doing, that name. That's what I have written salary calculation. Okay, so what is the output of salary calculation? Real value. You are making a grape juice. What is the final format? Liquid. So I have written liquid here. Finally, written liquid. Written so that liquid you will put it in some glass or some bubble, right? So that bubble name you need to return directly. No need. Don't write return liquid. Okay, return whatever the liquid you got in that process, that you will store in somewhere else. That glass name or bubble, something like that, right? That name you need to return that glass name finally. Already coding implemented, just we need to take that glass and have it. That's it. Already I have written everything here. Just if I call this method directly, in that method we have a total value is there. Total value we will get directly whenever I call that salary calculation method. So that is about return type. This much story we have for return type. Okay, and that's what I'm telling you. Don't change the return type and method name in override methods. Don't change it. If you are changing the
What does
return
return
type,
rate? We always have return rate. What does it mean?
return rate, that I will tell you. Okay, that is a different concept that I will tell you. But here I'm telling you, don't change the return type. If you are changing the return type, what does it mean? You are changing the behavior of the method, right?
Yeah.
You are changing the behavior. Okay, you are making a grape juice and here you are writing the return type is something like a solid. Is it meaningful? There is no meaning really here. Okay, if you are changing the return type, I mean you are changing the method behavior, method final format, and don't change the method name. That also you need to remember. You are making grape juice and you are giving some pineapple juice. You are naming pineapple juice, but you are making grape juice. That is also in.
Yeah.
So in override methods case, don't alter the return type and method name, and also don't comment or don't delete this super. Okay, so here where I need to write the code. Above super.
One question, Arjun. So
uh,
in public void means it will only work inside this method, right? So why can't they take a private method instead of a public
no,
void?
that's what I'm telling you here. Public means I'm making a grape juice and I mentioned it as a public. Suppose in our home, okay, I mean everybody can access in this world.
Yeah.
Everybody can access. Suppose if I'm writing private, that means only within our home, people can access. Okay, I will, after making the grape juice, I will keep it on table. Okay, everybody can access from outside the people, inside the people, everybody can access. Suppose if I'm making private, I mean only within the home, whoever the people are there, those people can access. Suppose if I am making protected, that means I will, after making the grape juice, I will keep it in the fridge and I will lock it. Nobody can access, because I will use it for only particular purpose. I don't want to give access to my home people or outside people. Only I will use it whenever I want. You better to go for, okay, oops concept things like access modifiers. Just type it in the Google. Okay, you will get more things about access modifiers. What is public, what is private, what is protected. Just if you sit half an hour time, if you spend half an hour time, just you would know in detail about access modifiers. That you need to understand, because I cannot tell everything in this particular session because it is really related to OOPS concept. Again, I don't want to go into that to starting basics OOPS concept, and I cannot bring you here. Okay, that is really complicated things. But I just have given an idea about access modifiers: public, protect, private. But mostly we will use public here. Okay, public means inside this class, this method can, inside this class, this method can access everywhere. That is the meaning. I mean, we are writing public, right? So this method can access everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Suppose if I am writing private, okay, this method only can access within this class, not outside the class. Not outside the class. Protected means that method cannot accessible in this class also. That's what. Just go through the access modifiers concept. That is a universal things, universal concept. If you read in Java or .NET or our X++, C++, access modifiers concept is the same concept and the same criteria we are following here also. Just spend half an hour time. You definitely understand about the access modifiers. Written type already I told you. Okay, no need to learn about a written type. Written type is a very clear cut thing. Okay, anyway, in our programming, I will teach you whenever it is required about the written type concept. And one more thing I need to tell you: when you are overriding a method, first your eyes should be on this particular written type first. Okay, what is the method written type? You need to understand first that one. Okay, no need to see anything, only your eyes should be on your mind. Okay, have a look on written type. Okay, so this method written type is wide, so that, okay, what we need to do according to that written type, you need to write down your business logic. Suppose if the written type is boolean, okay, finally we need to write written true or written false. Suppose if your written type is real, okay, finally I need to written real value, like that. Have a look on written type when immediately after overriding the method. Just have a look on it and start writing your code. First you need to see that what is written type, understand the method syntax first, and then start writing your code. Okay, now coming to the super. Okay, now first of all, let me tell you when this init method will execute. This is the main point. This method will execute when the form is getting initialized. I mean, getting initialization process. When the form is initializing, this method will execute. Initialize means opening. When I'm trying to open the form, this method will execute. In a normal terminology, when the form is opening, this method will execute. Now, I have some requirement. Now, I just want to show welcome message to the end user. Always end users will open the form. Am I right? From front-end application. When the form opened, then I will show the message like hi, welcome, or good morning, something like whatever it is.
Arjuna, I want to say something here that this method is, has been written on EMP table. That is, it is on the DAL level, right? DAL, DAL. It is on the DAL level. DAL level, I mean to say. So when we are going to show any message, we should show on the UI level. So shouldn't we, override the method at form UI level?
I have override this method in form level only. See here,
But
here there is a
KMP
form.
table is DAL, na? But KMP table is DAL, basically DAL. I just mean to, so I'm just asking basically.
No, see here, it is data source name. I mean, public class. This is the form name. This is the form name, and extends form run. Extends form run means that is inheritance concept that I will explain you later. But here, see, what is the object here? Form.
I was just thinking that it should be on the UI level because we are going to display
UI
message.
level means this is a backend design, right? This is your UI means I need to open the form and I need to write the code or what?
UI means I mean to say that form design level we must override any method at form design level. Right now we are overriding the method at form table level. Table. I'm just
No,
thinking
form
that.
table, what is that here? See, here understand the syntax first. This is your form name. Okay. Okay, fine. Let me open another form. Let me open another form.
Actually, I'm just thinking from a three-tier architecture point of view.
See here, what is this? EMP table underscore SL. It is form name or table name? Tell me.
It is form name, right?
Yeah, fine. I gone. That's it. It is form name.
Okay.
We don't have a table like EMP table underscore SL, right? We don't have a table like this, right? What is the table name? Our table name is EMP table. That's it.
Yeah,
What is this?
actually, yeah, you are right. Actually, I was just thinking from a three-tier architecture point of view that one is DAL, then business layer, then UI. So if you're
No.
going to show any message on UI, then we should override the
Just
form level
suppose
method.
you open this tabular grid. I have named my form like this. Suppose when you are opening any method, see here, see EMP table underscore SLD underscore tabular grid is my form name.
Right. That's right.
Whatever the table you have used, it is really not not necessary to everyone. I mean, here it is form name. Okay, you people got confused, I think. Okay, okay, understood. Okay, let me open this method. When you want to open, just right click on the method and just go for view code. Okay, view code, then automatically it will open this code editor window. See here. Okay, and where I was struck, and okay, I just want to show some message to the end user when the form is getting opening, like welcome message. So here we have a super. I need to write the code above super or below super. That is the concept here. That you need to understand. Again, a lot of things you need to understand before getting into these particular things. Understand very clearly here the requirement. I just want to show my message to the end user when the form is initializing. This is concept, this is requirement. Okay, that message I need to write before super or after super. That is the concept. Here always super is the main, super will call the main functionality of this particular method. Suppose if you are writing your piece of code above super, that means your code will execute first and then original functionality will execute next. So if you are writing above super hi welcome message, so your message will get show first to the end user, after that form will open. Suppose if you are writing after super, first form will open, after that your message will show. Then you will decide where you need to write. Super is the middle point. Okay, before after. If you want to execute your code, your functionality before original functionality, then write above super. If you want to execute your functionality after executing the original functionality, write on the below super. Okay, I will do one thing. I will write a message in both places and I will show you right now. Okay, then you will definitely understand. Info welcome. This one I have written before super, right? Okay, after super. Okay, save it and let me make this form as a startup object. Execute. Now you will get the message. Just observe very carefully here when the first message is executing and when the second message is executing. Observe very carefully. See here, first we got this message and after that, see, after few seconds, just 1 second or a fraction of seconds after that, we got this message. First we got this message. Okay, after that we got this second message after super functionality. Whenever you are getting this message here in the action center, that means before executing this particular form, whatever the messages we have, that will come here in the action center itself. Whatever the messages are coming after the form or inside the form or whatever it is, you can see here in the form level. So now you need to decide where I need to write my piece of code before super or after super. Okay, so remaining things we will see in the next meeting itself.